Your Majesty at your service. Welcome to Fair Queen Talks. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of my podcast, Halfway There. The summer is here, and with that, we know that half of the year has now passed. So much has happened, and it leads me to wonder how much I've done with my life and how much more I am yet to achieve over the next part of the year. Earlier this year, I started this podcast, and I want to honor you, the listener, for tuning in each week from the UK, Ireland, USA, Nederland, España, Deutschland, Mexico, Brazil, Angola, South Africa, and Australia. Thank you for being part of the Queendom and being on your journey of tapping into your own greatness. Thank you for tuning in minutes after I upload an episode. You motivate me to stay consistent, committed, and increase in confidence each week to share my experiences and perspective with you. If you're anything like me, you set goals for this year. And with the pandemic, it may have thrown some things in the air and you've lost your balance. In today's episode, I want to talk to you about things you've set out to do, but you're only halfway there. This is the time to keep your head in the game and keep going so that you make it and achieve your set goals. This year, I set the goal to enjoy my maternity leave with my firstborns and simply enjoy being a mum to two amazing girls. Another goal was to come back to work and be an effective race advisor for my institution. The last goal I am willing to share with you today is my desire to become financially literate and to set myself up for financial peace now and for my future self. The goals I've set myself this year are not ones I can just tick off at the end of the year. Rather, it is a way of being. Nevertheless, I made these goals this year because at this stage in my journey of motherhood, career, and financial peace, these goals are my priorities. I am sure that next year these will adapt to my future circumstances. Therefore, setting goals each year helps me define what area of motherhood, career, and financial peace I'm trying to improve or perfect. Earlier this year, pre-corona, I attended a business event and the speaker mentioned that when people make goals, they are excited and passionate for the first 5 to 6 months, and later on, all that energy dies down and dwindles to nothing. As we have approached the halfway mark of the year, I feel a lot of us who set goals can sometimes feel that exhaustion and feeling of giving up. I'm here today to give you a pick-me-up and remind you that all of your effort in the past months won't be wasted if you are willing to carry on and focus on the next 6 months. I've never run a marathon in my life, but I can imagine that if I were to ever enter one, I wouldn't just do it for half the distance. It would make more sense to enter a half marathon. The longest run I've ever participated in was Park Run. I thought that 5K would be a breeze and did not think to train for it. I went with a colleague from work who enjoyed Park Run and was retired at this point. In my head, I thought, well, if she can, I'm sure I can because I was 24. Let me tell you, I was so wrong. Out of around 300 people, I came in 299th place, and that's only because my colleague was being nice and stayed behind me. All the participants beat me. This includes children and elderly who simply walked the whole 5K. Long story short, that was my first and last time of Park Run. The lesson I learned there was that my overconfidence was proven wrong, and I assumed my abilities were greater than they really were. Nevertheless, Because of my competitive nature, I did not give up and literally cried as I approached the finish line. I cried somewhat out of shame because so many people stayed behind to cheer me on, but I also cried out of joy because I proved to myself that even though I was the last one or the second to last one to finish the race, I did not give up and I gave it my all. Giving your goals your all this year may be difficult because of COVID-19. However, now that the economy is opening up again and people are regaining confidence in themselves and living in this pandemic, it's time for us as individuals to open ourselves up again and focus on our purpose and goals. If you've ever done the limbo, you're happy when you're starting out to shake your hips and go underneath that stick. And as long as you have control over your body, you feel confident and carry a smile. There is a point of the limbo where you literally have to trust that your back won't break and carry on. That point, that is the halfway there point. Your actions, mindset, and decisions at that point is what truly matters. Will you walk back? Will you fall down? Or will you carry on following the beat of the music and get yourself up and enjoy a good old victory dance? See how I carefully said carry on and get yourself up? It doesn't matter if you fall or walk back on your goals. If your goals are important enough, I would encourage you to carry on and get yourself up mentally and enjoy achieving the goal whenever that may be. For the people who feel that the pandemic has ruined their plans and goals, my message to you is to redefine the goals in the current circumstances and adapt them in order to make them pandemic-proof. Just like you need waterproof clothing or an umbrella to live in the UK, England, now you need to make sure that your plans are pandemic-proof, to make sure that you're able to achieve them in trying and difficult times. A phrase I have used often in my CV or cover letter is that I am a very flexible person and adapt easily to new environments. This skill is something that we are all developing right now. You and the rest of the world are learning to adapt to the new direction where our world is heading. Giving up is appealing because it's the easiest option. Walking away does more harm than good. The easiest option in the short term may feel like the best idea. However, in the long term, feelings of disappointment and regret may come upon you if you don't achieve your goals. If you have set goals earlier this year and right now are stuck in the halfway mark, I urge you to remember your purpose and to remember the reason why you set the goal. This should be the source of your motivation. Don't beat yourself up for slacking. Use that energy towards refreshing your mind and look forward to the next 6 months. The year has not ended yet. We are halfway there. Let's make the next 6 months count for something. Let's get to the end of the year having achieved some of the things we set out to do. Let's stay motivated, committed, and consistent. You are in the driver's seat of your life. You and you only will take you to where you want. Remember your destination and drive through the storms of life. As long as you are breathing, there's hope. As long as you're alive, you will live the life that you want. As long as you are in control, you will achieve everything you set your heart to. Are we there yet? No. We are halfway there. So let's hit home run. At the end of each episode, I address the Queendom. The last 6 months, we were not in control. However, the next 6 months, we can be in control of our own environments. As the economy is opening up, we should learn to adapt our goals and make them pandemic proof. Whatever you do, don't give up on your goals and remember your reasons why. This is the halfway mark, not the end. Your efforts are not lost if you stay on course and see things through. It doesn't matter when you achieve your goals. As long as you do something towards your goals every day, you will get closer to achieving your dreams. Thank you so much for listening to Fair Queen Talks. See you next time.